Hello and welcome back to Green Money Momentum, where we talk about market movements, making money, and money momentum. And in today's video, we're going to be talking all about AI. The AI market got hit pretty hard this week with some fear, uncertainty, and doubt coming from China with their new app, DeepSeakAi, which is very similar to ChatGPT. And this put a lot of investors into a state of fear, as now they're wondering, are these AI stocks in a bubble and are they overvalued? So I want to talk all about that. We're going to do some technical and fundamental analysis, talk about the most recent news, but more importantly, talk about what we should invest into in the future. I believe with the markets, it is perpetual and it goes forever. So anytime there is something that shakes up the markets, like the most recent event that we just had, a lot of investors will sell out early. But what I always encourage investors to remember is that we need to have a big picture mentality. If you're looking at a picture just like this, you'll only see a little bit of the picture. But if you zoom out, look further away, you could really see the big picture. And so when we're looking at the markets, if we're looking at just a small frame of time and we're watching the chops, little movements can seem really scary. But when we zoom out over the big picture, we could see that those movements aren't as scary. So we're going to be talking about all that. But before that, of course, I want to say that this is not financial advice, and I always recommend doing your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. So let's talk about the best AI stocks. And the first bit of news I want to talk about here is the news, of course, that sent most of the markets into a panic this last week. And this was the Chinese AI app DeepSeek being released. So what was crazy about this is that with the news of DeepSeek being released, it not only got a lot of attention because it's a new AI app and a lot of new people invested into it, but also the cost behind DeepSeek was significantly less than a lot of these other US AI companies are spending to innovate with their products. So what was really crazy is that while we're always looking at the high pie in the sky numbers, billions of dollars for AI investments, it only took DeepSeek AI from China roughly $6 million to make this product. And what was really insane about it is that within days, DeepSeek became the most downloaded app in the Apple App Store. And those concerns wiped about $1 trillion off of U.S. technology stocks. So when you think about that, something that cost only $6 million was able to send the markets into such a panic that $1 trillion was wiped out. That's absolutely insane right there. And I think that is a crazy knee-jerk reaction, and I don't think it was warranted at all. So a lot of different AI stocks fell, most notably Nvidia, the top producer of AI chips, which fell 17%. But the U.S. government has a high incentive to push AI, and they are trying to be the top leader in AI. So Trump did have a conversation with the CEO of Nvidia. We don't know what they talked about. He doesn't want to air out any dirty laundry. He said, we had a meeting. It was a good meeting, but he can't really talk about what happened. But that leaves all us investors to speculate and wonder, especially with a lot of the other geopolitical events that are happening, all the tariffs that he just put on Canada, Mexico, China, all of that. So DJT is really shaking up the economy and really making a lot of money moves, putting just everything into it's just crazy right now, to say the least. And so with that being said, you know, when we look away from the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and we look more at the bullish case and the good side of things, one thing is that recently with the Stargate project, Trump did announce that there's a $500 billion investment into the private sector of AI. So this is companies with Oracle, SoftBank, and OpenAI. So you could bet that the U.S. government definitely saw everything that was happening, and they are not going to just let China come in and take everything from them. And if we're talking about the government and AI, there's another government official who is eyeing another AI stock, and this has gotten a lot of investors to invest into the stock and a lot of investors to talk about it, and that is the greatest investor ever, Nancy Pelosi. All jokes aside, we know with Nancy Pelosi, she seems seems to have an insight on what's going on, most likely insider trading. And so she could a lot of the times predict stocks before they go off. And one of her newest investments is on an unprofitable AI stock, unprofitable at the moment, but that stock is Tempus AI. So Nancy Pelosi is doing an options contract on Tempus AI. She bought 50 call options, and these are worth around $50,000 to $100,000 currently. And that's before the stock gains any more value or attention, or maybe gets any big contracts. Again, with her being an insider, she may know something that many of us other investors don't know. And when we look at just the movement of Nancy Pelosi buying, we could see that the stock is up 64%. And for those that don't know what Tempus AI is trying to integrate AI into the healthcare system. So Tempus AI uses this data to create softwares for clinical decision support tools like Siri, but that is a doctor. So this is pretty groundbreaking. If we do see Tempus AI gain value over the next couple years, maybe put some big innovations into the market, maybe get some big contracts, just get more involved with the hospitals and the doctors, where we start to see their technology in everyday life, this could be huge. This could really change a lot for even the course of human history, because if we do see AI start to really be implemented in the healthcare system, we could see a lot of improvements. We know that AI and technology has super intelligence, so maybe it could predict stuff in the future for us, kind of like a quantum computer. Just like this says here, they're looking to leverage AI to improve diagnostic outcomes and prescribe better therapies. And what is also positive about this is we see AI hopping into every sector of the economy. We talk about self-driving cars, that's helping individuals from getting off the road. Those are very safe. Then we also have other AI investments, like we have SoundHound, who is doing AI with sound. So it gets a lot of business owners not having to necessarily take all the phone calls. And the big thing about AI basically is it just helps to not have to have so much labor in a field. So we know with the healthcare field that a lot of individuals are very tired working long hours, and maybe this AI will help to reduce those hours, help those people to get back with their families, and help to take off the mental strain that these folks feel. Because both as a healthcare provider, whether you're a doctor or a nurse, and then as a customer there, as a patient there, you're going to want the best service. You're going to want to give the best service. You're going to want the best service. But if you're working crazy hours, just naturally things mentally could slip. And so having all of this should help in that sense. But that is the bullish case on Tempus AI. Let's not forget that when investing into a company, we need to have a broad picture of everything, see everything there is. So technical and fundamental analysis. And it is right now, when we do look at Tempus AI, they are a new company and they are currently losing money. So this is their net income for the last 2 years. We could see that in millions of dollars for 2023. $334 million. So currently they are losing money, but as an investor, especially if Nancy Pelosi is investing into this, I think that this could easily flip around over the next couple years, over the next decade. So as an investor, I always recommend having the long picture mentality on everything, really zooming out. And zooming out on this play could be very beneficial, as you could be investing into one of the greatest innovations into healthcare. And I'm only going to talk about this for a second, but like Tesla, Tesla is a very big AI company, and they continue to gain value every single year. So we look at their financials, and I remember back in 2019, 2016 was actually when I started investing. So between 2016 and 2019, with Tesla being an investor, there were so many fear, uncertainty, and doubt articles always being released out into the market, always talking about their negative net income. But we see in 2020 and beyond, they have flipped that. So they are in the positive, finally making money, and every single year is getting better. So kind of like with Tempus AI, it takes money to make money. And a lot of the times with these companies, especially when they're making such big innovations or they are a newer company, we will see that they have a negative earnings per share or a negative net income. even though that could be looked at in the short term as a negative, over the long term, it could be looked at as just a way of investment. They are investing into their products, into what they could innovate with, and you are investing into the belief that they will do that and they will flip into the positive range territory. And I've talked about Tesla a lot before on my channel. I definitely recommend investing into Tesla with the thought of it being just another AI company. So a lot of the times people look at Tesla and only think about the car company that is behind them. But let's remember that their CEO is Elon Musk. So he does have ties back to the White House, to Trump and the government. And with that, the push for AI is only growing stronger. Elon Musk is right there, and he has his AI robots coming into the future and chips and all that. But Tesla is not the only company with their CEO having ties back to Trump. As the next AI stock I'm going to talk about here, Big Bear AI just appointed a new CEO. He was the president of the company, but now he is the CEO, and that is Kevin McClain, and he does have ties back to Trump. So he was a part of the first Trump administration. He was the acting secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And so if you don't know what Big Bear AI is, Big Bear AI is using artificial intelligence to help the U.S. government. So they're doing a lot of defense contracts, and they are also being implemented into the airports. So when you go into the airports, they do get a face scan of you. This is at the Denver airport. Recently, when I went to the inauguration, I saw it at the Charlotte airport, and I also saw signs of it at the DC International Airport. So Big Bear AI is gaining contracts all the time. They also did just gain a big contract with the U.S. Navy. So this did help push the stock upwards. But so we're seeing seeing Big Bear AI be implemented more with the U.S. government when it comes to contracts, defense contracts. And then what is also really exciting is when we look at Big Bear AI over the last 3 months, we could see that it is up 156%. But what's really positive is it does seem like we're starting to gain some good momentum, and we are on a uptrend right here. So it is like we are building some stair steps up. Big Bear AI is another one of those companies that I look at right now that is reporting a negative earnings per share, not really looking the best financially. But if they continue to get more big contracts and they continue to pay down some debt, we could see that flip in the future. And with the government and AI, with the big push into those sectors being together, Big Bear is there right in the front of it, especially with the new CEO. And when we talk about AI government contracts, this is actually somebody who does have a partnership with BBAI, a stock that many know, and that is Palantir Technologies. And Palantir Technologies has been soaring over the last year. So let's look at the last year. They were up 405%, up $66 on a year-to-date scale. So now some investors are wondering, is it too late to invest into Palantir? When we look at their price to earnings, they are a little bit high. But what I say with Palantir is think about it again with the big picture mentality and think about the innovations and the contracts that they are really pushing into the future. So they have a lot of contracts with the U.S. government, and they should only continue to grow. And the last stock that is starting to seem like it's finally gaining momentum back after it did have a hard down tick is SoundHound AI. So SoundHound went to around $24. Then we did see some sell-off. But with SoundHound, what's positive is that their quarterlies are getting better and they're continuing to beat earnings per share. We can see here on their earnings history, when we look at their revenue, we could see that they are starting to rise significantly. So they're starting to go up more and more and more. And for those that don't know what SoundHound AI is, they are basically a voice company. So SoundHound AI is used a lot by a lot of restaurants. So instead of a employee having to be there on the phone, take the long order, you could just use this SoundHound AI voice, and it's really helping to streamline a lot of orders in the fast food industry. You could also use this for your personal business. They have a program for about $30 a month that will take a ton of calls. And for me, I'm very busy in the day. I take a ton of calls, and I have thought about implementing implementing SoundHound into my business model, and I may be doing that into the near future. And so thank you guys so much for watching my video today. These were what I consider to be the top AI stocks going into the year of 2025 and beyond. Again, with Donald J. Trump's push to make America great again, and we're seeing that with all the tariffs and all the deals he's making, everything he's talked about, and the government push into AI, we could really see all these stocks and plays really pop over 2025 and beyond. I also do think there's a lot of intrinsic value in all these plays, as I do believe that AI is going to be what we're seeing over the next 10 to 20 years. I really think the labor markets are going to be shifted hard, and we're just going to see some crazy innovations. But I'd be curious to hear what everyone has to say about all these plays, if there's any other AI stocks that you're invested into. So please let me know in the comments section down below. Please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Money talk. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.